Found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Brentford 2, West Ham 0 player ratings. And I've got all the boys tonight. All the lads have decided to come on Sunday service to talk about how shit he was today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lucas is to my right. Far right is Mitch. Down the bottom there is, you know who he is, a.k.a. WestHamOnline, a.k.a. West Ham burner account, the most hated man on Twitter. Over there, in the far right is Clive. Mitch, I'll talk to you first. What are you saying about today, mate, before we get started?
Before the game, I thought if we lose, we lose. I'm not too bothered. But I watched the game and I can't turn around and say I'm not bothered about that because I thought it was so shit. And it wasn't even just the players were poor. The setup was wrong for Moyes today. Like the way we pressed and the way we built up our attacks. We kept everyone forward. Like when we were trying to build up play, it was just fucking. It was awful. It was so bad.
Yeah,
really shit. And Brentford was shit, I thought.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that, man. Clive, what are you saying about today, quickly?
Yeah, well, I think me and you, when we did the preview, we kind of guessed the majority of that lineup. So I'm glad that obviously happened. But it's very clear and evident to me that there needs to be a massive summer sale. That's the one advantage of having a game like this. But we were so piss poor that you just, there's players that have got to go.
And WestHamOnline, how are you, mate?
I'm good. I think it was needed just so we could see which sort of players need replacing next season from the B team. I mean, they were crap, let's be honest. There was a few players that played today that I wouldn't mind if they never played in a West Ham shirt ever again.
Well, we're going to get into it. Right, let's start off then with this. It's Lucas Fabianski. I'll go with Clive first. What are you saying, Clive, for Lucas Fabianski?
Made some good saves, but should have done a lot better with Brentford's first goal. I mean, look, he keeps making errors. At the same time, we could have easily been 4-0 losers today. So, bit of a mixed bag. I'm going to give him a 6 just on the basis of that, of the saves that he did make, including the triple save. I think just for keeping the scoring low, he gets a 6.
Online?
I think at first I didn't really, because obviously I'm watching it on a stream, I didn't think he could save the first goal. I watched it back. Possibly could, to be fair. It wasn't the best shot. It was close to him. I would expect a keeper of his level to save that, or at least, get a bit closer than what he did. I thought that was poor, but at the same time, I thought it was very close. It was a sort of chance and Burmo should be finishing, and it's not easy when it's that close and so low down. But for a keeper of his level, as I say, I think he should do better there. But I think he redeemed himself. I thought he kept us in the game, to be fair. I thought he made a couple really good stops. Some crosses came in, which he dealt with well as well. So he gets a high 6 for me.
Fair enough. I'll just move that a bit forward because we're a bit far away. Mitch?
I'm giving him a high 5. I thought he should have done a lot better. I think I'm not even going to say he should have done better. He should have saved the first shot. I understand he's not the quickest goalkeeper anymore in terms of making quick reflex saves. But still, it's a Premier League keeper needs to be saving those shots, really. It's not in the corner. It's just down too low. He's got to either use his feet or just use his right hand. Otherwise, he's turned his whole body to the right to save it. I'm not a goalkeeping expert, so I'm not going to act as if I know all the stuff. But yeah, I think he should have done better. And the other saves were good. They weren't amazing. They're like the saves I expect you to make as a goalkeeper. But they were good. So yeah, I think a high 5 for me is fair. I thought distribution was shit as well. Really shit.
Lucas?
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. The first goal is a shame. that he let that through because I thought the rest of the match he wasn't too bad in terms of shot stopping, but distribution wasn't great. First goal, it's a bit weak. It's a bit weak for me, but he did make some other incredible saves throughout the match that saved us from getting absolutely ran over. So I think a 6 is about fair.
Yeah,
It wasn't really the reason we lost today, but 6.
I agree with you, mate. 100%. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I meant mine short and sweet. I thought he kept us in the game at some stages. Like, let's be honest. Like, we could have got run over and got smashed to bits for 3 or 4 or 5 even. Do you know what I'm saying? The first goal, I'll be real. He should be saving it, but I think I blame the defence for allowing that to happen more than him. If anything, like he's the one who's on the receiving end of it. The second goal, he's not like he can do, but 6 out of 10 for him. Right, let's move over. We're going to start off with this man. This is going to be interesting. Emerson. Oh dear.
I might actually really have a big argument today with someone here. I think
know
something
it is.
that is. Yeah,
Won't
go
be
on,
with
Mitch.
me.
I've just got a feeling that L word's going to come out. That's really
Right.
going to annoy me.
Well, I'm going to let you go first then, Mitch.
Mate, I actually thought in terms of going forward, he was the only fucking player actually trying to do stuff and going forward and link up play.
I said 2. He was one of 2 players, in my opinion, today.
And actually, I thought every time Emerson went at Bayern Bremo, Emerson done well. I thought Emerson done well every time. I don't know where people were saying he's really shit today, because he was out of position for lots of things, because he was getting up the fucking pitch all the time. If Moyes wanted him to sit back at left back, then stealing a living. Sorry, the bloke had like.
Mitch, he was terrible.
Where was this just come from here? Like Emerson's just shit all of a sudden.
He's terrible.
He can't defend. I will say that. But go on, Mitch. I'll let you then.
He stands nowhere
Emerson,
near the
you think
centre
Emerson's
back.
terrible?
I think he's terrible.
Well, let me put it this way: can he defend? Can he defend? No. His defensive ability is a bit shit for me, but he's no different to Cresswell in that matter.
He can defend, just not very well. He's just not the greatest defender.
Emerson's close range passing was also shit today, rather.
Yeah.
The guy's terrible.
Right, Mitch. So, what are you saying for him then? Like, to round it up so I can get Alfie to go.
I'd give him a high 4.
High 4.
No, right,
West Ham Online.
Because I was seeing people rip into him saying he's dog shit, which is just fucking his bollocks.
I think I kind of get what Mitch means with the going forward, because it looks like he's doing a lot going forward, but he's actually not. He runs into space, and as Clive said, his passing at short range is poor. He had one that P-rolled at the keeper. He's just not very good. Honestly, I don't think he's any better than Masuaku. Defensively, okay, he didn't get beat 1-on-1, but he leaves huge gaps between him and the centre-back, which they exploited on 2 different occasions.
Well, the first goal, I don't think it's on him, though, mate. I'm going to be real.
I know. I'm not saying it is, but
yeah.
I'm not even going to call him lazy today. I'm just going to say he's not very good.
Right.
Was he the biggest problem in the match? No. Is he crap? Yes. 4.
He's not crap.
4.
Well, I think
he's saying 4. I'll go next. I think this geezer's very, very good going forward, but he just can't. Defensively, he's a bit hit and miss. Do you know what I'm saying?
I actually think that's a load of bollocks.
Why is that then, Mitch?
Why is he bad defensively? 1-on-1.
Because he's crap. He doesn't.
When forwards attack him 1-on-1, he's pretty
I'll tell you
good.
what it is.
Players rarely beat him compared to Cresswell. He's better at 1v1s than Cresswell.
But I'll tell you what it is, Mitch. I'll tell you the reason why. And by the way, I don't talk bollocks. Just want to say that. Is that when I look at him today, he's never busting a gut to get back there and save the day for us. That's one thing he does not do.
To get forward the entire fucking time. And the passing wasn't
but this is what I keep saying.
It's the same reason what you could blame it with Souček. You could say the same thing with Souček halfway up the pitch, where you could say it should be just in front of that midfield. Right. The defence, but it wasn't.
Right.
Like for the Aguerd goal, for example. For their first goal, Aguerd passes it straight to the players where there was loads of space to be occupied on the left by either Souček or Emerson. One of them could have been there to build up the play, which I would have personally had instead of just lumping it fucking forward every time. Right. But Souček was completely out of position where you'd expect him to be. You could say the same thing for Emerson, which we are, but don't say it for Souček.
But I'm going to say this. When we get a left back and right back at West Ham United Football Club, I want these fuckers to defend first before attacking. Right, when I have a left back or a right back at West Ham, I love it when people say, "Yeah, he goes forward, but he can't defend." Right, a bit like Cresswell, he can cross the ball, but he can't defend. Emerson, he can go forward, he can't defend. Fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, people need to understand that he's a defender, he's a left back, left defensive back. That's what he is, right? Do you know what I'm saying? And people get a bit carried away with what he does going forward.
He was actually brought in to suit the 5-back system. Or play on the left wing because that's where he's always played.
Yeah, but he's
on the left wing.
Well, he ain't a left winger, not in my opinion. I don't think I've ever seen him.
He played Italy. Left wing.
But genuinely, is he actually
one game?
I actually thought Masuaku had
he's
really
played
good
there
games
before
going
left wing.
forward. There's not a lot between him and Masuaku, that's for sure. There certainly isn't.
He's a lot better defensively than Masuaku in terms of
defending one-on-ones than Masuaku.
Right, so I'm gonna go with a 5. Just a standard rating for me. I can't give him a 4. I'll give him a 5. Clive, what are you saying?
I'm gonna give him a high 4. He did go forward. Yes, I'll give him that. But he kept losing the ball. He lost duels. He couldn't. He just can't do a short range pass. It was concerning. And for someone who, let's face it, someone who we bought for 15 million roughly to potentially take on Cresswell's starting left back position, he's shit. We need a better left back than him. Like, he'll never be the starting left back, considering that Cresswell's season next year is probably his last one.
He shouldn't be our starting left back. No,
but
he's a very good option to have. He should be starting for us, which is why in the summer we should go for a left back.
Can I ask you something, Mitch? Now let Clive land, right? But what is Emerson's best position for you? In your eyes, if you're the manager, what is his best position?
His best. Well, I don't like playing the front of the back. I never do. It's what I'd never play. Right. But if he was to play front of the back, that is his best position as a left wing back. I'd say, but with a winger. So if you're going to play front of the back, don't play up top. You've got to have a winger in front of him. Right. I think so he can overlap, because I think he's quite good at overlapping.
So it's 5 at the back then. What are you saying, Clive, for him?
I'm saying a high 4.
High 4 for you, mate. Yeah. Lucas, what are you saying?
For me, Emerson, I don't think he was as bad as what people say today. But again, I didn't think he was mustard by any means. I thought he was one of maybe 2 players that tried to go forward throughout the match. But yeah, it just wasn't on it today.
Lucas, do you think he's shit?
No. I do not. and Cresswell is not a heads and toes better option than him.
Yeah, but Cresswell's 33 years old. A 28-year-old Cresswell is better than a 28-year-old Emerson.
He is, but we don't have a 28-year-old Cresswell.
I disagree with that. 100%.
We don't have a 28-year-old Cresswell, so why are we comparing the two?
I'll tell you what, let's compare their fucking trophy cabinet. Emerson's won quite a lot, and Cresswell's won fuck all. So there you go, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm giving him just a 5, but just a 5. Defensively wasn't his best today. Ground duels wasn't good. Short passing wasn't good, but again, I don't think he's shit. But if you have that opinion, that's fine. I'm not arguing with any man today.
But the things that you just said he's bad on today, like that, they're the basics for a left back. That's a basic.
Yeah, but Cresswell does that all the time.
Are we just gonna? I'm not arguing. All I know is people are fickle when they want to be, and they forget that Emerson had a great month before.
Great couple months. I think to call him shit, honestly, He's really.
And before that,
insulting
he got
personally.
no run. And then when he
he's crap.
took over the starting job, he done well. And now he's out, which
I'm
again,
not biting. I
it
can't.
was a bad
Well-
day at the office for him. So just a 5.
5. Let's move on to this man. Fucking gets better. Benjamin Johnson, West Ham Online.
Honestly, I don't rate him, but I didn't think he was one of the worst by any means today. First minute, he makes an error straight away, and I was like, "Oh, here we
I
go."
was laughing at that.
Yeah. But
I was just shaking my head. I was like,
Is that what it was?
apart from that, I don't think he was that bad, to be honest. He had a good shot in the second half. I know standards are on the floor, but he had a good shot. He was trying to get forward in the second half. He didn't get beat defensively. He was far from an issue. He gets a 5.
5 out of 10 for you, brother. Yeah. All right, I'll go next. I'm going to give him a 5. I agree with West Ham on everything what he just said. Massively overhyped this geezer. Right, he should have been sold ages ago. And for him wanting the contract the same as Cresswell is an insult to every West Ham fan up and down the land. 100%. This geezer's not good enough anymore, and I really can't wait to see the back of Ben Johnson. I think he's crap. I think he was all right today. I rate him on today. He's all right, but the only reason why he's here because West Ham have forced a contract on him to stay here, and he doesn't want to be here. And he thinks he's better than what he actually is. So I'll give him a 5. Clive.
Yeah, for a player who's expecting a huge increase in his contract, he showed nothing to suggest that he deserves it. And, based on current form, is currently the third best right back that we have in this team. So he gets a low 5 from me.
Mitch.
give him a high 4. I think defensively he wasn't great. He did get beat a few times. I remember right at the start, he just let the German guys on the left just run past him. He was just kind of walking back to get the ball. It was really weird. Do you remember that at the start? And I was like,
Mate, he just didn't let him. He didn't even think that, this player that I'm marking might just trot right past me while my teammate's going to get the ball. And then, of course, he slipped and fell, almost caused a chance, but we move.
Yeah.
What are you saying then, Mitch?
High 4.
Lucas?
Just a 5. Ben Johnson is... If there's a poster boy for average footballer, it might be him.
No, he's not average. He's worse than that. I think he's worse.
Yeah, he is a little bit. So what are you saying?
Just a 5.
Just a 5 for you, yeah? We'll go to Angelo Abona. West Ham Online, what are you saying for Abona today?
Thought his partner was worse, but I mean...
A lot worse.
He was just not very... He weren't good, he weren't bad. I don't know. 5.
5. I'm going to say this, I'll go next. Right, I love Abona, I think he's been a great servant to West Ham, but I do think this is the final season for him, and we need to go in and get someone younger, fresher, and have a bit of vibe at the back there. It's just old and sort of slow, and if one of them don't play well, the other one covers them, and it's just mixed. I don't think he was that bad today, really. And I remember, I think it was in the second half, he was shaking his head and literally going what is going on with our defence, sort of thing. Standard 5 for me. Clive.
Yeah, he made a good block against was it?
I think that was a very lucky block. Very lucky.
But he made a block regardless. He made
How was that lucky, that block? What, the one with his leg? One with his leg?
No, it was good. It was a good block. That was our fault.
I thought he guessed and timed it very well, but the way he went about it was a bit lucky, I believe. Because his back.
I mean, that's fair. But anyways, look, he made a few important tackles. He was probably, had a bit of leadership about him. Was shouting about. Actually looked half useful compared to some of our other defenders today. So I'll give him a 5.
Lucas.
Easy. Just a 5. Again, I didn't think he was that bad, but just 5. just average.
Mitch.
I'm gonna give him a low 6. I thought it was okay today. and that is why I'm giving him a low 6. That block was really good. He cleared, but almost all clearances from our box were him. I don't remember him making like big mistakes, to be honest. So I'd have to give him a low 6.
Low 6 for you.
And he's still got a year left in him, in my opinion.
Oh, I disagree on that. Right.
He's the perfect option to bring on when you're trying to see out a game because he's our best defender in our own box, and he's a great. Pardon?
Zuma's so good in the box.
I think. Like, the thing is, he loses man. He switches off sometimes. Zuma, which I've always thought is a bit of a problem with Zuma, and I thought one is better him than doing that.
Right. But we'll move on from that.
Yeah.
I'll go first in this one. Disappointed me today, Nathan Gwed. Massively fucking gutted. 1 minute he's a well beater against Manchester United. I thought he was brilliant. I really did. And then today he was fucking awful. That pass for their first goal was criminal, right? And we can all compare it to the Souček one, but I think this one's a bit different. Do you know what I mean? It is different. And I know you're raising your hands, but right, just the one against Souček against Palace was wrong.
No, we'll talk about that Souček pass today. That one he had today.
Yes, precisely. I have been waiting for this moment.
Well, don't worry, because I'm going to the Souček. I'm going to rip him a new one and all, but don't worry about that. Let's talk about Nathan Gwed.
I'm gonna rip into Souček. It's going to be like retro Mitch. I'll be back.
Yeah.
What Souček? What about that person?
Can I fucking land? Is that all right? Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to rip into both of them. The point is with Souček.
Hello?
He's just I hate him.
Yeah, thank you. Right, can I land? Right, 4 out of 10. Shit. Gutted. Don't know what's going on with this kid. Really don't.
He was worse than Emerson today, surely.
No, he weren't good today, mate. Defensive headering was shit. Passing was shit. He was shit.
I thought it was worse than Emerson. Like considerably.
Lucas.
I agree. No, I agree. I agree with Mitch. But Aguirre today, not impressed. Another bad day at the office, and that pass that led to the goal. The first goal was absolutely criminal. And yeah, again, I think once we get to the end of the season, get into preseason, and we start a new year, once he gets all this experience and whatever out of the way, I think he'll come good. I mean, I think he's already come good, but he's just inconsistent right now. But yeah, not a good day at the office. I'm going to give him a 4.
For Clive.
So, what did I say against Palace? What did I say? His vision, looking for the pass at his defensive midfielders, is not good.
And he was playing on the right again today, so I give him a bit of...
Yeah. But look, I said about the pass against Palace and his vision, but everyone wanted to rip Souček a new one for that. Albeit, Souček, heavy touch, bad from him. But same again today with Flynn Downs.
Yeah,
exact same result, exact same issue. I already pointed out the issue against Palace. No one wanted to fucking listen to me. Here we are a couple of weeks later. I know you did. A couple of weeks later, and the same story comes again. It's not just his aerial presence that's shit. It seems to be his fucking vision, which is a concern. So, yeah, I mean, he's ultimately played an issue across both goals. Aerially,
that's Souček and Downs one from the Palace and today's game. I could two completely different situations.
No, it's still poor vision.
1,000% agree on that. Because he
today was poor vision, very poor. The one against Palace was on Souček.
No, oh my god!
I just
100% agree with Mitch on this one. 100%. Different angle. No, but it's a completely different angle. Thomas Souček 6 foot plus against Jeffrey Schlupp.
Angle doesn't matter. The angle doesn't.
Flynn Downs is about 5 foot nothing.
If you're playing the pass when a fucking attacker is coming in, the result is going to probably be the same. Pressure equals heavy touch. Heavy touch equals error. Error equals leading to them taking the ball.
The top side, the defenders play those passes to their midfielders every game, all the
time.
Top side.
When we talk about Souček, right, you get...
Whose problem is that? Is that Aguire's problem or is that Souček's problem?
Aguirre started the issue.
No, it's fucking not.
He started the issue against Palace. He started the issue against Brentford today. I'm sorry. Yes, Souček had a heavy touch. Yes, I blamed him as well. But ultimately, where it started from was Aguirre. Again, today, Aguirre, for me, he gets a 2. shit.
Who passed it to Aguerd, though? Someone should have passed it to Aguerd.
He's giving him a 2 today. Fucking hell, mate.
2 errors.
Yeah.
2 errors. Both his fault. Shit.
So you're telling me the only thing he was good at, right, was coming, basically putting his shirt on and all that. Like,
both goals his fault today.
Emotional damage.
You are emotional damage for Souček, brother. It's fine.
Both goals were his fault.
It's fine. It's fine.
Today.
Mitch, what you saying? Give us some sense.
I will. Now,
please.
Even though I've argued with Clive on that point about the Souček thing, I still agree with him on the point of Aguerd, and I'm very disappointed with Aguerd. Now, I think we need to give Aguerd another season, and a full season, and then see where we go from there, because I think he's a good defender. Whether he's built for the Premier League, I don't know. He's
built for the Premier League, Mitch. I'm telling you that now.
I don't know, mate, because for a team like us, where we sit deep a lot, he's terrible in those deep areas. He's much better at in a top side in another league where they can have loads of the ball, and if a ball goes in behind, Aguerd can sweep it up.
But let's
forward.
Right. Let's be real here. Yeah, this season he's been injured. He's been to the World Cup. He's been injured at the World Cup. He's come back to a West Ham side injured also. Right. He's only really over the last 4 months started to get into the team and look the part. Right, to a point. I agree with what.
Unfortunately, he's been so inconsistent. It's basics that he's been unfortunate at. It's not to do with the fitness. To sit off the man you're marking when balls are coming to the box, like he did for the second goal today. It's not because that's just basic defending. That's poor.
Right, and think about it. Like he was the reason we conceded 3 against Manchester United. He's the reason for both goals today.
I disagree with that. 100% disagree with the 3 goals against Manchester United was all on him.
Yeah, they were.
It was a disgrace against Manchester United.
What is he the only defender in their fucking team who can't do anything?
He made 3 massive mistakes, which gave him the
ball. But then look at the performance against Manchester United at home. Look at the Newcastle performance away from home. Look at the Arsenal performance where he come in.
It's different for attackers. Attackers can have inconsistent games and get goals and assists. Defenders have to be consistent and have off games every now and then. You can't have a game where Aguerd's good, next game is bad. Good, bad. You have to, as defenders, you've got to be consistent.
Thank you, Steve and Keith. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Right, can I just shout these out? Yeah, and I'll get Mitch's rating. Steve Bell, thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate it. And Keith, have a beer. We still ain't going down. Come on, you irons.
Thank you, Keith.
Big up, Keith. Mitch, what are you rating him?
Look, I like Aguerd a lot as a player. Whether he's suited for us in the Premier League, I'm not sure yet. I give Aguerd a low. I'll give him a low 3 today.
WestHamOnline.
I think Aguerd has the potential to be the best centre back we've had in a long time, and I think I completely agree with what Mitch said. To be honest, I think in the top side, he could be a very good player, although I'm not too sure on that as much as I used to be. But I agree with HD. We all ripped into Kera when he made loads of errors. The amount of errors Aguerd has made this season is genuinely staggering. There's so many. 3 against Man United, 1 against Newcastle where he literally gave them a ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. Today, Palace, and that's just off the top of my head. The amount of errors he commits is scary, and I've said before, he's the most inconsistent player I've ever seen. I genuinely think he is. I think one week he's unbelievable, and then he has games like today where I thought he was horrendous. I thought he was our worst player today, and for me, he gets a 3, and I thought it was a disgusting performance.
Lucas, what are you saying?
I gave Aguerd a 4.
Right. Lucas, go to Souček because my StreamYard's frozen.
Quickly, sorry, Aguerd. Things from Aguerd, and the reason why everyone is so set on how good he is.
Right.
You can't be so set on it yet. You've got to give him more time. Yes, he's got the potential, but the amount of errors he's making, it's very much like how everyone saw Diop. Everyone saw Diop as like this world class.
He's nowhere near on Diop.
Everyone at the club and every fan said, "Oh my God, he's a future West Ham. He's worth 60 million." I said we should have sold him when I came and knocked on the door 50 million, and I was called all over Twitter a cunt for it. and everyone thought it was good. Everyone thought it was a
Yeah,
positive
I
defender.
look at
It's the same with
Aguerd.
Aguerd. Yes, I think Aguerd has got more of a chance of being a good defender than Diop. But at the same time, the amount of errors he's making is similar to what Diop was doing when he was at West Ham.
I think it's similar, and this is just my opinion, of course. I think it's similar to what we've seen with Paqueta and his errors this season. Personally, I truly believe he is built for the Premier League. But once he gets a full preseason in, we end this season. I think he will be much better and more consistent next season. That's just my opinion.
Which is why I said he does need more time.
Right, let's get to Souček. Take that comment off, and we can get to Souček because like my fucking stream was playing up tonight for some reason.
Your stream worked to just get that comment off, and it just conveniently stopped working, did it?
Yeah, it stopped working. But we're gonna get to Thomas Souček, where I can't wait to hear this one from Clive. So here we go. Let's hear Clive first.
Yeah. Subpar performance. Like, you want honesty? I'm giving you honesty. I don't think he was that great. Didn't really see much of him in the first half. I don't think he really existed. Saying that, his passing completion wasn't that bad. So, look at it in both ways. Was he at fault for any of our goals today? No, he wasn't. And, did he do an all right job defensively? Yeah, he did.
Clive, can I ask you a quick question real quick? And this is just like a genuine question. This isn't to like dig at anyone, but like, do you think
takes his hat to go?
Do you think today I'll be honest with you, this match today in Alkmaar on Thursday, I thought he was legitimately the same as he was today, but I was told he was fantastic on Thursday.
I thought he was really good on Thursday, actually.
See that to me,
I thought it was considerably worse today.
But in my eyes, that was the same performance he put in on Thursday today. But granted, today he was surrounded by a lot more shit.
No, I get that point as well.
But the thing is, today, when we needed to build up slower from the back, he wasn't there. He was just fucking.
And I think we can all agree, him and Downs together. That's a joke.
God. I'm not going to have it all down with the old dance thing though. So.
Like Dumb and Dumber then. So.
What I'd say compared to Thursday, right? I noticed Souček more on Thursday than I did today, especially in the first half. I think he was just a passenger today. What I would say, his passing was better today than it was on Thursday, but I would say he did.
Really?
He had less. But he had less effect today. Like, there wasn't much to him.
But he has less effect in general, though, Clive.
But you've just got an agenda against Souček. Behave yourself.
Have I, Mitch? Does he influence games, Thomas Souček, for you? Yes or no?
He can.
Does he?
I think you know the fucking answer.
I know the answer. I know the answer, right? But I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Go to Mitch.
No, I will say it myself. I will say it myself. Does Thomas Souček influence games for you?
Yeah.
When?
Sorry. Let me ask my friend WestHamOnline. WestHamOnline, does Thomas Souček influence games for you?
Yeah, he does.
But he doesn't influence games, Alf. He never influences a game whatsoever.
The middleman.
Would you count as influencing a game? Because on
Declan Rice standard influence game. Lucas Paqueta influence game.
It's very vague. Every player
it's very vague.
It ain't vague. It ain't, because would you say
in terms of James means does it influence the game? Is him being on the pitch? Is he having a positive impact compared to the person next to him? And is he contributing? Are you saying, wow, he's doing good stuff? Is he influencing the game?
What Mitch is saying,
I think his influence is inconsistent.
He's been quite influenced. Like on Thursday, he definitely influenced the game. He was defensively good. I thought in the box he was good. He did influence.
Yeah,
the game.
I think on Thursday he did influence the game. Yeah, because he made passes going into the final third. He didn't do that today. Like I say, today he was more of a passenger. I didn't really see a lot of him, and obviously he was taken off early anyways because they're trying to save his minutes and whatnot. But at the same time, I think today was what I'd said back on the preview. Today was
Right.
the whole purpose of we get to see what Souček and Downs looks like, which could be potentially what our defensive midfield looks like for next season.
Yeah.
Based off of today, it didn't look good. So yeah, but for me, I don't think Souček did anything wrong today. It's a 5.
5 for you,
He
yeah?
was just there. Yeah, he was just there.
Right.
Fuck.
Well, I ain't giving him a 5. I'm giving him a 4 out of 10.
He's lucky to get that.
This geezer, I'm sorry, yeah, but people overhype this geezer like other man in this fucking team today. Do you know what I'm saying?
People overhype Souček.
Eh?
I don't think I've ever seen a player more underhyped.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Alf, he doesn't influence games, bro. It's as simple as that. You can sum it up any way you like. Because if he was to influence the game with Paqueta and Rice, we would nowhere near be fighting relegation this season. It's fact.
Yeah, he's not Paqueta and Rice, is he?
No. But at the end of the day, he does not influence games enough whatsoever, right? His passing is poor. Mitch clocked this about a fucking 18 months ago. He said, James, what's going to happen? Mitch, word for word, said exactly what is happening now. He can't pass the ball. He can't hold the ball, right? He gets bullied off the fucking ball. Not good enough.
People try to defend him.
Yep.
And I've said this so many times. Do not see what he doesn't do. They just see what he does do. What he doesn't do is he cannot get any assists. He can't be creative. So then the creative aspect has to be forced on other players, and they have to try more creative passes, harder passes and all the pressure goes on them. So when Souček has the pass, when Souček gives the ball to another player, and they look at the pass back to Souček, they think, I can't pass it back to him and expect him to do something. I've got to take it. Like,
so, hold on, you've said about assists and stuff, but since when is defensive midfielders expected to put on so many?
He's not a defensive midfielder.
Not assists, just pass it forward. And moving it forward and being creative.
Yeah,
exactly that.
Taking touches around players that Rice does, the good defensive midfielders in the world do. He can't do that. He can't pass it well. It's just simple things. Like, it's just not good. If you do think he should be starting for us next season, then you're deluded. And you know what the answer is. So when you're trying to defend him, I get it, because he's been okay recently. But that's not good enough. Being okay from time to time and having the occasional good game, it's not acceptable.
Unless we buy 2 defensive midfielders this summer, he will be our starting defensive midfielder because he's better than Flynn Downs.
Well, then we have to sign 2 defensive midfielders, then, won't we?
Exactly that. Mitch, what are you saying for him so we can get this rating? Yeah.
I'll give him a high 3.
High 3. Lucas?
He cannot dictate play.
Mitch, we get it.
Wait, hold on. Did you just give Souček the same number as you've just given Aguerd tonight?
No.
What did you give Aguerd? 2.
I gave Aguerd a low 3.
Yeah, that's still, so same number, 3 and a 3. Aguerd's
I gave Souček a high 3.
For me, it's a bit of a weird one because I personally didn't think he was diabolical today. He was just influential, or he just wasn't there today. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. He just didn't do anything today, and so for me, I'm gonna give him a strong 4. I think it was just a bit below, like, the average today.
Yeah. West Ham Online.
I didn't think he was good. I think the role didn't suit him today. I think, as I've mentioned, I think Souček can be influential if you play him in the right role. Does that mean he's a great footballer? No. Does that mean he's not a limited footballer? No. But I do believe he can influence games. Today, I don't think the role suited him. But was he good? No. Was he one of the worst players? In my opinion, there are a couple worse, but I'd still give him a 4.
4 out of 10 for you. We move on to this man, Flynn Downs.
Iniesta.
Iniesta, baby.
Well, we'll go with West Ham Online first. He speaks. Take it away.
Here we go.
Yeah, see this one.
Nice kid. Good guy. Local boy.
Right.
But let's be honest.
Nice kid.
Hold on. Let him land.
Anytime he's played a decent team this season, I've thought about it earlier. Bar maybe one occasion, and I don't know what it was, but I assume there was one occasion. Anytime he's played a decent team, he's been really, really poor. Today,
disagree.
This is what I've been going on about his passing, but I've been told, it's hate. It's not hate. He's not a good passer. He's not. He completes a lot of short passes. Well done. You need players like that, but he needs to be a bit more expansive. Even the commentators clocked it in the end.
Right.
Every pass backwards, sideways. He plays exactly how people describe Declan Rice, like the Declan Rice haters. That's how Flynn Downs plays.
Yeah.
He's not. I don't think.
I thought the exact same thing today.
Yeah,
disagree.
I really don't think he's a Premier League footballer from what I've seen. I think he's a good championship level player who is a terrible passer. Actually, doesn't go forward at all. Whether that's due to confidence, but he just can't do it. He doesn't do it, and it's not good enough. We need to stop defending him because he's a local boy. And actually, be honest, he gets.
Can I go next, James?
No, I'm going to go next. Right, then I'll let you go, Mitch. Yeah, right. And I'll tell you what, Mitch. I'll tell you what. I will let you go next.
I love you, James. All right, so I agree with Alfie with most of what he said, to be fair. I think things that he done today, I thought it was an absolute disgrace today. I thought it was so bad. Defensively, it wasn't there. Going forward, he linked up play very slow, and he never passed it forward. I remember there was like a blatant pass on to Cornet when he was like in a bit of space to the left.
Mitch, you know what he done today? He done his best Ben Johnson impression. The ball just would not go forward.
Well, at least Ben Johnson could defend a little bit. Look, I really want Dan to succeed. I think he's got a good first touch. I think he can keep the ball all right, and his short passing, it's all right. I think with a bit of coaching and good coaching, maybe if we got a new manager or if he was properly worked on, I reckon he could be a decent player for us. But he needs a lot of coaching because the decision making he has is so poor, and it's just not good enough. It's really not Premier League quality, and I agree with Alfie on that point. But I do think there could be a player there. But today I thought he was so shit.
What are you rating him?
I'd give him the same as Souček, high 3.
Right, I'll go next. Completely disagree with all these what you're saying. I'm going to give him a 4 though. That's my rating. Yeah, I thought he was shit today. Right, but the amount of disrespect this kid gets for coming in and being a backup player is fucking vile, mate, and filth. If I speak the honest truth, this geezer's played against Manchester United away. Let me land. Let me fucking land. I've heard you. Let me land now. Right, Man United away, Tottenham away, fucking Liverpool away. He plays away games with against big 6 sides when Moyes sets up to be defensive. Yeah, and then you're criticising him. Yeah. It's his first season in the Premier League. You're criticising him. He's come to the Premier League. It's his first season. Every other player on that pitch today was proven Premier League players. They're playing the Premier League longer than Flynn Downs. Yeah? And you've got the disrespect to keep digging this cunt out all the time for what? For what? What, because he's a West Ham fan? Not at all. No, he was shit today. But your manager, right, has been made him into a fucking player just to be a backup. That's what he is.
Alfie, do you think what I said a minute ago that he could be better if worked?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, but I don't know why. And this is a noticeable pattern. I know you like Downs, James, but when it's a player that you don't like, it's fair criticism. But because you like Downs, it's hate.
But you tell me, it's his first season in the Premier League. It's his first season in the Premier League.
Pardon?
It's his first season in the Premier League as a backup player, and the slander he's getting is vile.
What doesn't make sense, though, James, is when he first came, I actually thought he's good, but gradually, as season's gone on, I actually think he's got worse.
All right. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you on that, and I'll make you 100% right on that comment, yeah? But the one thing I can't have is you've got to give this geezer fucking time. You just got to. I just don't understand.
Time I buy watch.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is people... But people have got the front to turn around and say that about players coming from other countries and giving them time, but they won't even give a player who's one of their own fucking time.
That's different.
No, it ain't different. It's far from different. Right? The geezer's come from the fucking Champions.
I don't think it's that much different.
Explain to me how it's not different. Because he's come
through the English league system.
Yeah, but the Championship is nowhere like the Premier League, though.
Exactly that.
but some players thrive and some players don't. He's probably one of those.
So you're going to judge him. So you're going to judge him on one season, right? As a bit part player, right? So let's not judge him then, isn't it? He's a backup player. That is what he does.
You judge Paqueta because he wasn't getting
because Paqueta is a £50 million player who plays for the Brazilian international side, has played in Champions League, and Flynn Downs has played in the Championship.
Which is a fair comment from James, to be fair.
Now, tell me if I'm fucking wrong. If I'm wrong,
Clive,
tell me.
In general, I agree with you because I've always said, no matter if it's Paqueta, Aguirre, Downs, Kerr, they are coming from different leagues, different backgrounds, and I think they all deserve a year to get bedded in.
But Mark Noble, I'm going to be honest though, West Ham Online, to say this, Mark Noble made a career of short passes and things like that.
Mark Noble had a way better passing range than that. Mark Noble could lock
he had a good passing range than Mark Noble did. But he could hit a ball.
But you can't keep going in on a geezer who's a bit part player.
No, but when he plays, if he's class, I'm going to say he was
training.
Right, he's been decent in qualifying for the conference this year.
Yeah, I agree. Team.
Yeah, I know, but you still got to do it.
Which is probably more proof that against really poor teams, he's decent because he can knock the ball about 5 yards and they're not going to press him. When you're playing against teams like this that press him off the park, all he does is turn around and pass it to the centre backs. And am I going to give him time? Yeah. But
listen, I'm not gonna disagree that he was shit today because he was. Yeah. But I can't get on this train of fucking just let's all dig out Flynn Downs when he's a £15 million player.
I don't think that means he's bad. It doesn't mean he's bad, does it? I think it doesn't need more time.
I'm not being funny, and I think because the way I look at that is, right. It's like saying about Mbamba today. Right, he comes in, didn't really do a lot other than like the chance where we should have had a goal, but people ain't going to dig him out. Right?
Yeah, no. But you're acting as if Downs is fucking 18 years old. He's 24.
Doesn't matter how old he is, though. He's come from the Championship, hasn't he? Well, of course it doesn't, Clive. Because Clive, what you're going to do, the next breath that's going to come out of your mouth is look at Declan Rice. But Declan Rice is a world-class individual, and Flynn Downs isn't.
The next thing that was going to come out of my mouth is the difference is an 18-year-old who's played 3 or 4 league games.
Right.
Professional league games versus Flynn Downs, who's played over 150, I think, league games, professional club games.
How many Premier League games he played?
Flynn Downs, probably about 15.
Right. Well, that's what I count him on. I don't count him on playing in League One for Ipswich.
No.
Like, come on, let's get real.
Well, that was 30 games. That was 30-odd games. That was 30-odd games. Oh, no, probably it was more.
Fucking Ipswich versus Rotherham on a Tuesday night. I don't count that.
He's played games in the Championship. It's like Jared Bowen in the first half of his first season. Like, he would come off the bench and be a bit part player. The whole point is when you're a bit part player, when you come on, you're supposed to make a bloody impact. So then you say, hey, look at me, start me. He didn't do that today, did he? No. So shit.
He has got to be more influential in games.
I agree on that. And I can hold my hand up and say he was shit today. But I can't have it that people are just going to go in and say, oh, he's no good. Fucking, he's a Championship player.
So what's your rating?
I can't. No. What did I give him? I'll give him a 4.
4, didn't you?
Yeah, 4 out of 10. Lucas, go on, man.
You know what? I actually love being the guy that sits on the fence because I can just pick apart all the good points that both sides have made, and I make my own little conclusion, and everyone gets mad because I don't pick a side. I thrive off that. But for me, today he wasn't good enough. I expected a lot more, and this was one of the matches I wanted him to be a bit like a butterfly. I just wanted him to break out, be free. And
sting like a bee.
Yeah, and he got stung.
He's more like a fly. Crap.
But I totally disagree with the fact that I think he can be a Premier League player, and I do agree with Mitch. He probably does need a bit more advanced, positive coaching, and with Moyes, who knows if that's there, but. I do think he is a good passer of the ball. I still think, just like any other player who comes from a different league, he deserves time to get bedded in. And I do think he is scared to branch out a little bit in the game, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. But with more game time, getting more used to the league, I think that can happen. Because I do think he's a good passer of the ball, not just short passes.
Every time he's up, we're 50 minutes in, I've just realised.
But
fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to give Flynn I gave Souček a strong 4. I'm going to give Flynn Downs a strong 4. I think they were both the same.
Yeah, I've said what I've had to say about him, so he gets a 4.
4 for you. We move on to, where is he? This man. Manuel Lanzini. I'll go first. I'll make mine short and sweet. I thought it's just standard performance for him. Do you know what I mean? The end is coming for Lanzini, and it's going to be a shame when he does leave. He's just not on it anymore. He just ain't. He just doesn't influence the games enough for me. And today, I don't think he really did. I think he was okay in moments, but not as.
You know what? All the bits are still there, in my opinion, except for the clear athleticism.
Yeah, I agree.
And I actually agree on that. So yeah, I'm going to give him a standard 5. West Ham Online.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think the other two midfielders really let him down today because I thought he was the only one who tried to progress the ball. You all right, Lucas? Have you just taken a dump or something?
I think Lanzini let himself down today.
Lanzini would have had an assist today.
I thought he was.
I thought
forgotten about that. He was the best of the midfielders by a mile.
I'm not disagreeing, but I don't know. I think that statement you made is a bit strong.
The fact is, I think if he went to a league really slow league, like the Belgian league or like
MLS,
the Argentinian league or wherever he wants to go, he'll look really good because he's still technically good. In a slow league, he'd probably fall another European team into signing him again, but he's not athletic enough anymore. He can't run. He's finishing and stuff like that. He just can't get the ball out his feet to finish because he's just lost every bit of athleticism he ever had.
It's the turn. If he still had the turn and no pace, I think he could get it done. But the fact that he can't make that turn anymore really fucks him, in my opinion.
Well, we're rating him.
I'd say he was a high. I thought he was one of our better players. I'm going to give him a high 5.
High 5 for you, Clive Lanzini.
He gets a low 6 for me because he would have had the assist, which I don't think should have been chalked off that goal. But that's another story when we get to it. So yeah, 6 for me.
Mitch.
6 is average. I love it as average.
6 for an assist that we never got. We move.
Yeah, but
Plug it.
All right. If you want me to go further, I don't think he was that bad. I think he was one of the better players. Like Fabianski,
7.
I gave him a 6. No, I think a 5 and a 6 is average. You're laughing, but he passed the ball quite accurately. For some, here's the irony. Yeah, you're talking about Flynn Downs, his first season. He's a bit part player. He doesn't play much. Protect Flynn Downs. Lanzini's played how many minutes this season?
Emotional damage.
You are emotionally triggered, bro. Honestly,
how many minutes has Lanzini played this season? Lanzini's hardly there. Yeah, exactly. For someone who's not played,
let's get moving.
I agree.
Let's get moving.
And would have some rust. I'm sorry, he played all right. 6.
6. Mitch.
Give him 5. Smooth.
Yeah. Lucas.
5 for me. Bang average. But like I said earlier, him and Emerson for me were the only 2 players today that tried to go forward and pass the ball forward.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll move on to this man. I'll go first. Massively overhyped, overrated, and not good enough anymore. Not having it anymore. Right? I've heard so much shit. Right? Name me a game this season that he's played well in. I'd like to hear it.
The thing is, James, I completely
Bournemouth,
agree.
Scorpion King.
I would sell him in the summer, but that was just funny.
So would I, mate. I'd 100% sell him, mate. I think people love him because he sings bubbles to his kid, and he's good on the mic. He's not a left winger. He can't attack. He can't track back. He can't pass. Right? Hold on. And when people criticise Ben Rama, and I look at this man, I fucking laugh. Right? So there you go. I'm giving him a fucking 3 because he's shit. Lucas.
How has he got lower than Downs and Souček?
I don't know. I can see why he was terrible today.
Yeah, he wasn't good today. I totally disagree with everything Fever said about him. 4.
You totally disagree that he hasn't been good for a long time, and
he's not overhyped.
He is overhyped, mate. 100%.
Well, that's your
opinion. Name me another side in the top 6 or top 10 where we're getting to.
I really could care less.
No, but I'm asking you because it seems to me people overhype this geezer because he sings bubbles to his fucking kids.
There are many players overhyped at this club. It doesn't really matter.
I'll give you an answer. If Diop can get into a top 10 Premier League side, I'm pretty sure Pablo Fornals can.
Yeah.
Not the way he's playing.
Diop, that means absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Can we just discuss his performance?
Right.
So their first choice defenders
wasn't good. Fit. He wasn't good. I'm giving him a 4. He's not overhyped.
Right, Mitch.
I was thinking about it a bit today. I was watching him play. I was thinking, where is he at this time? So when we start next season, what is his role? He's not good enough to start anymore. His passing has got worse. He's very inconsistent, and he's not a good sub to bring on.
I'll be honest, I'm tired of
kind of player.
Him on the wing. I'm tired of it.
I was thinking, okay, you play him in the centre. Where do you play him? Because his passing ain't good enough. He can't do the basics. It's not about because he's on the wing. Today, there were simple passes on and simple decisions where he should have held the ball a couple of touches longer, but he's just forcing play. He's forcing passes, and when he does force them, they don't ever come off anymore, which is a shame. I don't think he's got really a place in the squad at the minute. So if we get some decent money from him this summer, I'd sell him because he's not a good sub to bring on. I was thinking, do you sell him or Ben Rama if you want to bring in another attacker? Because otherwise we've got 2 midfielders and attackers, really. It'd have to be Fornals because Benny, at least, is a decent sub to bring on. Which is a shame because I think Fornals can be good, but he's really not showed it this season. I think he's had a really poor season.
I'm sick.
Doesn't matter, Lucas. Today it was terrible. It was fucking terrible, mate.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If he's got that role, though, Lucas, you can't keep saying, "Oh, well, he can't do it there." That's his role. So why is he not doing it?
He's not had a lot of game time.
All right, if the world's coming to an end and I need to be the scientist that saves the world, we're fucked because I'm not a scientist.
Well, we're fucked,
that's my role.
Yeah, if you're a good player, that's what's his best attribute, Lucas?
I think he's a good passer of the ball.
Okay, well today his passing was the worst in the whole team.
No, it wasn't. Yeah,
I think it was. He gave the ball away every time he had the ball. Besides from one time he passed to Lanzini in his area.
He did better than Cornet, and Cornet's supposed
82% pass accuracy.
We rated him.
To be fair, he probably was better than Cornet, in terms of passing. Yeah, because Cornet was shit.
That's what I mean.
But as a player supposed to be a good passer of the ball, you put De Bruyne on the wing, he's excellent. If you can't do the basics on the wing, it doesn't matter where you play. Because if you play him in the centre, then where do you play him? Do you play him over Paqueta? No, because Paqueta's obviously better. So it don't really make sense. You can't play both of them in there because he's not the kind of player. He's not good enough defensively to be like that.
So what you rate him?
I'll give him a high 3.
WestHamOnline.
I'm sick of him now, to be honest.
I think he's been terrible since he's come back into the team, or sort of come back into the team. I think this season he's been crap, sadly. I thought he was really, really good last season, but this season he's fallen off a cliff. I think he's been managed terribly, but I think his performances as of late, there's no excuses for him. I'm not going to mention like his best role or anything like that. I get what people are saying about that, but I just think he was terrible today, and I think he was awful against Man City. He's just been shocking lately, and I can't defend him, even though he is one of my favourite players. I'd say he was one of the worst players on the pitch, and I'm going to give him a 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 out of 10. Clive.
Yeah, he gets a 4 from me as well. I would have actually liked Lanzini to be on the wing, considering he's probably gone at the end of the season. You could put Fornals in the middle, but it didn't happen. I agree with Lucas. I don't think Fornals is a winger. I said it when he's been playing on the left, and I agree now even on the right. So, yeah, 4 from me, but not his fault fully.
Right, we move on to this man, Maxwell Corner. I'm going to start with Mitch because you've asked him to come back into this side. You've asked him to go on the left wing. What are you saying today, bro?
And Mitch, what did you say earlier in the year?
Yeah.
Mate, you're not even going to wind me up with that because that's really going to piss me off if you're actually being serious. I know you're not being serious, so
get him in over Bowen.
Oh yeah, I said that was a shocking call at the time.
Like, can he fucking land?
At the time when he came on, he actually looked good. But I'm not even getting involved in this.
Go on, man.
All right. He's not been good enough since he's come back from his injury. Whether it's ruined him or not, I think it has, to be honest. He's been so poor. He can't control the ball. Physically, he's getting beaten in 50-50 duels all the time. He's still got his pace, but that's it. That's literally it. I thought second half today, like when he came out, he looked a little bit sharper. His passing was a bit better, and he linked up play, I think, with Emerson at one point, or Lanzini, and then he put in the ball for Souček. But that was it. The first half, he was absolutely terrible. And unfortunately, it's not looking good for him at the minute. I'd still give him next season because of the injury, and hopefully he can get some match fitness back over the summer. But he really does need to push on massively next season because he's been really poor. And today was probably, I expected much better from him today. I'd give him a 3. It was absolutely shit.
Yeah, I'll go next. I agree, 100%. 3 out of 10 for me. Not been impressed with him since he's come back. You could blame it on the injury, but there's been moments this year where he's had chances to score goals. He's just fluffed them or spooned them everywhere. Today he was there. This was his moment to shine, and he just blew it. Just blew it really. Like I was looking forward to watching him play today. And for 60 minutes, he was nowhere to be seen. Really, doesn't run at a man. Didn't like chuck a ball forward and try to beat a man.
36 touches today.
Not good enough, in my opinion. You can give him benefit of the doubt because of the injury or the medical thing he had this season. But next season, he's got to do better, mate. Do you know what I mean? I think we can afford to let him play another season and see what happens next season for the amount of money that he's cost. So, for me, 3 out of 10 for me. Lucas.
Today, for me, worst player on the pitch. He gets a 3 out of 10. I thought first half he actually he worked decently. He looked lively. Like, I wouldn't say in the press, but he got up the pitch and wanted to press. I'm not going to say he was great at it, but he wanted to, in my opinion. The first touch of the match that he had, absolutely shocking as well. I saw someone mention his first touch. But just not good enough. And again, like with all these players we've criticized today, I'm not giving up on any of them besides maybe one who plays it right back. But I wasn't impressed.
What about Souček?
I've never really. What do you mean?
So have you given up on Souček or not?
I don't think I really can. He's going to be here for the long run. That's inevitable.
Are we rating him? 3?
3, yeah. Worst player on the pitch today for me.
Clive?
Worst player on the pitch? Damn. Yeah, he gets a 3 from me. He was shit.
Aguerd was worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Aguerd was at fault for both goals. But anyways, 3. 3 for Cornet.
Which one smells better, horse shit or cow shit?
Both shit.
But we're doing play ratings, Lucas. Unfortunately, this is the way it is. And you know it.
WestHamOnline.
And you know that horse shit and cow shit smell almost about the same.
Almost, but one does smell worse.
Which one do you think it is?
I don't know because I smell both.
Gotta be the cow.
You don't know.
Gotta be the cow.
Right, can we get to fucking WestHamOnline? Go on, bruv, Lan.
Oh God. Unlike Lucas, I have given up on a lot of these players. Corner I've not given up on yet, but Jesus Christ, he's terrible in build-up. Absolutely shocking. Can't. Oh God. His touch is abysmal.
You've given up on Flynn Downs, but not Cornet.
No, I've not given up on Flynn Downs. I've given up on. Oh, there's no point in me going on the players I've given up on, but I've not given up on Cornet. But he's terrible in build-up. He's never been good in build-up, by the way, not even at Burnley. We miss using him, but then again, he seems to have lost all the attributes that he was good at. So, oh my God.
But there's a possibility, as we all know, that those could come back over the summer, over training, over pre-season.
Yeah. What are you rating him, Alf?
I'm giving him a 3.
3 out of 10 for you, mate. We'll move on to the final man of the 11. And that
I
is
hope he's
this
changed
man.
into the Incredible Hulk. He did sound like that at one point, actually.
Danny Ings, Lucas, let you go first.
Danny Ings.
Fraud.
Average. One of the most average football players I've ever seen at this club. I do like Danny Ings. He's got good dance moves. He really knows how to cut a rug. I'll give him that.
Right.
He done one really good back heel today to create somewhat half a chance. He did have a good touch in the box that he tried to play to Lanzini, which was nowhere near on. It was shit. But mate, he just doesn't do anything. He just vibes in the middle of the pitch. He just vibes, which I respect.
Respect.
He's gonna get because I'm a vibey guy. I like the vibes. But he gets by the skin of his teeth a 5. He done fuck all to
that. I'll go next. I thought he ran the bat a bit. It looked like he was interested today, but that's about it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll give him a high 4. Do you know what? One thing I will say, and I will say this before I hand it over to West Ham Online, is West Ham Online got it absolutely spot on with him. In the when we signed him, he turned around and said, "This ain't going to work. Like he just ain't going to fit West Ham's way of playing." And he's got it absolutely spot on there. So yeah, high 4 for me. Not good enough. West Ham Online.
I thought he was robbed of a goal today, sadly for him, although it probably would have ended up meaning nothing. But yeah, I thought he was robbed of a goal. But Jesus Christ, oh my God, it was like
even with the goal, like what the fuck did he do?
It was like watching me out there. To be fair, I thought he was I expected it, and I thought it was crap. I'm trying to think what he did. Sort of ran around a bit, as Lucas said. He cut a rug or whatever he said.
Mate, that back heel he had though was very good. I must admit, it was a very good.
Yeah, nice back heel, which led
had a shot on target as well.
Yeah, he had a shot on target, so he gets a high 4 for.
Mate, I actually would have given him a high 5 if he just broke out in the middle of the pitch and started doing the sprinkler. I would have given him a high 5.
Fuck me, Clive.
I mean, robbed of the goal. The thing is, as a player, he, like, I know, I can't get over that. I mean, like Lucas says, he just vibes in the middle. But I mean, that's the sort of player he is. He is just literally, I'm in the box, high, pass it to me, so I can just like put it in the net.
I feel like he'd play better if he was absolutely zooted out of his mind.
Probably would, to be honest. I mean,
it was like fuck it, and it was like go for an overhead kick, and that scores 3 marks.
I know.
Fuck it, why not?
I know we discussed it in the preview, saying if we'd had 2 up top, that it would have been interesting to see how he works with 2 up top. But we're just never going to play like that, not under Moyes anyway. So he's always going to look shit. He isn't what the team needs. But robbed of a goal, I'll give him a low 5.
Low 5 for you, Mitch.
Give him a low 5. Link up play was all right. But again, the problem he has is that for our squad and the way we play, and even as a Premier League footballer, you have to influence games nowadays. As a striker, you can't be just a poacher or finisher, a box striker. You've got to have something else. You've got to run the channels, or you've got to be really good at winning those lumped up balls.
Thank God you said that.
Oh, by the way, whilst we're on this, actually, I'm going to just touch a little subject. People that, and I'm talking about West Ham fans that are cunts, that were saying that Haller was a great player, we just didn't use him right.
Thank God you're saying
you can all go fuck yourselves, and that is it. I'm not going to explain myself. You can go back to when I was talking about Haller years ago on West Ham Fan TV, and I was saying that the bloke, and everyone was saying it at that time, but as soon as he goes away from West Ham, everyone just forgets all the bad things he done for us and goes, we didn't use him properly. The geezer had a shocking first touch. He couldn't run the channels. It was terrible. He couldn't link up play. I remember he got through and goal at times. He fell over. He fucking hit straight the keeper. He missed one-on-ones constantly. It was a terrible player.
No,
and he was
tell
lazy.
you what, Mitch.
Right,
Mitch,
hold on.
Sorry,
hold
James,
on.
Can I make one
Hold
point?
on. I want Mitch to rate him, and then you can say all the points you fucking like. What are you rating him?
All right, Ings gets a
420.
5, a low 5 for me.
Right, 5. Alfie.
Quickly. I saw a tweet the other day which I nearly threw up at, where someone went, "Oh, Moyes couldn't manage players like Chicharito, Haller, and Ings," and I was like, "What are you on about?"
Oh my god, mate!
As
I would
Mitch
have. There and then, sorry, I would have just gone. This is
Yeah,
over for me.
And it got like 400 likes. You cannot get away with being a poacher nowadays. People are like, well, he's a poacher. Why don't we use him correctly? What is he, an egg? We are. How can you rely on a player literally getting two touches of the ball because he's a poacher? Unless you play for Man City. It's ridiculous that people think that these players.
Is he an egg?
30 touches today. 30 touches.
30 touches. Fucking hell.
He is crap.
Right, listen. Right, we're going to get to the subs. I just want numbers in this, yeah?
Yeah.
So, right.
And it was so few Chicharito. People that defended Chicharito are the same people that defended Haller. That will probably be defending Ings now.
Yeah.
You don't know how to use him.
Right.
Fuck off. Suck my cock.
Cheers, Mitch. Thank you. Right, let's go Declan first. Clive, number.
Wait, hold on. Everyone on 3. Give your rating. I'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. 3.
Go ahead.
2, 1, 5.
Not applicable.
6 for me.
5.
It was decent.
Mitch, you are a weird one.
One thing I will say about Deck, he looks fucking head and shoulders above everyone else on there today. When the way he just imposes himself. But it is what it is.
Not impeccable. He played for 30 minutes.
Played for 30 minutes, Mitch.
All right, 5. I'll give him 5 then.
5. Fucking hell. Ben Rama, 3,
Same thing.
2, 1, go.
6.
5.
6 for me. WestHamOnline.
6.
6, yeah. Right, let's go to this man.
Also, Ben Rama's my man of the match.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alfred. Bama. 3, 2,
1. High 5.
5. 4 actually.
5.
I'll give him 4.
What?
No, I'll give him a 5.
A 4?
I'll give him a low 5. Low 5.
Low 5, fucking hell. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Right, let's come to this.
He's playing basketball. What's he doing?
Right, where is it? He's in the wrong sport. Let's come to this man. Ref. Gentlemen, let's have a quick discussion on this, then we get some winners. Was the ref bad today for you? Right, no. I would say no, but VAR definitely was, in my opinion. I thought. Do you
include what we're doing? Is VAR part of the ref?
Yeah,
for me,
isn't it?
He went to the screen.
But in saying that, the ref did go over there and look at the screen. So for me, it is on the ref. Yeah, so it is on the ref, really. I thought it was a fucking dreadful decision.
He tried his best.
Right.
So do we know? I need to ask this before I give my rating. Do we know if it hit his hand or shoulder? Because I still couldn't tell.
It's shoulder for me all day long.
I couldn't tell. I can't tell.
Even if it hit his hand, though, I still think it's pretty harsh to
overrule even if
it. That's the whole fucking point of VR, to overrule something.
Even if it hits his hand, though, look at the last few weeks. We've had Liverpool, where Thiago hits his hand, Lindelof, it hits his hand, and now, like, today's one.
Which is like... especially when you put that, James, that's
right, he's 2 yards... He's 2 yards out. Fucking
James,
thank you very much.
We like your style.
Thank you. Right. What are you rating the ref, gentlemen? Give us a number.
6.
Low 5.
4. Low 5. 4. Lucas?
I've got 2 because it matters. If it hit his shoulder, the ref gets a -5 because that's right below being arrested, putting in cuffs.
Right.
But if it actually hit his hand, I will give the ref an improved rating on my standards. I'll give him a 5.
I'm gonna give him a 3. I thought it was an absolutely disgusting decision.
3.
And, 3 out of fucking 10.
Yeah, but his 3 is like my 5.
Mitch, I'm going to be real, yeah? Look at that decision today, yeah? When you look at the previous decisions that's done over the last few weeks, that is so bad, that decision.
Then we'd have to rate the Premier League.
Whole game was pretty good. It's just that that one bad decision.
I rate the Premier League a -100. Corruption, disgusting.
But that is a mega bad decision.
If it wasn't for the decision, I would have given him a 10 because I thought it was a flawless referee display. Apart from
if it wasn't for the decision, I would have given him not an 8 because he'd done nothing wrong at all.
I would have probably given him about a 7 or an 8. Yeah.
Yeah. For one mistake, you go all the way down to a 3. Like,
but that is massive, though, Mitch. Well, if we score that goal, we're back in the game. Let's be real. Like, we're back in that game. So then save Aviola. But what rating did you give Aviola the other night? Oh, fuck me. How's the other night, man? What about that?
Yeah, but you gave him higher than the 3, didn't you? And he made one big mistake.
I didn't give him higher than the 3. I'll give him. I think I'll give him a 5. I think. But yeah.
What?
That's higher than the 3. I think.
Well, like I said, the ref is off the hook for me if it hit his hand, but if it hit his shoulder, he deserves to get castrated. Right,
let's get to this man, David Moyes. It obviously come out late last night that West Ham are looking to extend his stay for another season, which is sad. I was so fucking depressed about that. Do you know what I mean? No.
Lucas, have you seen Wedding Crashers?
Whoa.
Well, yeah,
let's keep in the chat giving him low ratings when they said before the game, I don't care about this game. Please rotate the team.
All right, can I go first, please?
Can
I show?
Go on. Go ahead.
So the way we set up today with the players we had was wrong. Do you agree, Alf?
Not particularly. I thought.
I would agree on that.
Why was he that high pressed up? The team we had, there's no need to play him in that role today. Yeah.
Why was he high up?
Yeah.
Because he's better high up. He's good in the box. He can crash into the box.
We needed players deep to play from the back.
He does
because we didn't have a team that was with pace. We didn't have a team
in the box.
Suchek can't do that, and we got no one who can do that. So we had to. We just don't have good backup players. So.
But I don't know about he played down to that position where you needed to play forward passes. He was playing Emerson as like a left winger at times, leaving like a massive gap on that left back position. That was a Moyes.
In fairness, though, the formation we play today is not just too dissimilar to the formation we play typically. Why would they change it up in training just before a European semi-final?
Because you're using a completely different team.
Gets an 8 for me.
Today, but
an 8.
Just for rotating the whole team, he gets an 8.
Yeah.
8
shit.
Mitch, like he's changed the team, but a lot of those players have played minutes under the formation that we've played. So like you wouldn't change it up. So I can see why he played the formation.
Not really. Not a lot of them have played 4-3-3 this season. Flynn Downs, I remember, has played 5-3-2. Fornell's every week played a 4-4-2. Do you know what I mean? Lanzini's played a 4-2-3-1. None of them have played a 4-3-3 from what I remember this season.
Easy 8 just for getting all the starting players ready for Thursday. Easy.
Right,
I would have. I actually would have started Mabama today over Ings.
I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. I just don't think it worked today, and I think you got to give him credit. He picked the right team, i.e., rested the players. 5 out of 10. Mitch, what are you rating him?
Give him a high 5.
High 5 for you, Lucas.
Rotated exactly the way we wanted him to. Lineup expected better. Tactics not great. But in the big picture, the grand scheme of things, today was exactly what we needed to do. I'm going to give him just a 6.
Everyone will look back at this, and instead of giving an 8, they'll say 10 out of 10 for rotation. When
you're rating him for the game, you're not rating him for what he's doing for Thursday, Alf.
We are.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, but
for me, he's a 7. The reason being, I was waiting for the face. I knew Lucas would go for that face. The reason he's a 7 for me is, think about it. We've lost 2-0, right? Away from home to Brentford. Do you know what the score was at home?
Thought about
with
it.
our
That's
first
enough.
team?
You're axed.
With the first team that we had at home, what was the score? 2-0 Brentford.
Yeah,
We
That's
lost
fair.
just the same. We lost
Very
just the
good
same with
point.
the second string team. So at the end of the day, you know,
But they had no
we said in
Tony.
the
They had no
preview.
Tony today as well.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had no
well,
Tony, yeah.
but that doesn't fucking matter. Like they still had 10 other players.
They
Like,
rotated. They rotated.
They didn't, Mitch. They didn't.
They did.
They had
Who?
no.
Who did they rotate?
No,
Yes, they did.
they didn't rotate
Damsgaard.
that much.
Hickey.
Damsgaard played, Hickey played.
The guy went off out of form.
Pardon?
Because Damsgaard only came in because I can't even remember who it was that came out, but the commentator said that he's been out of form.
I think they rotated
So that
like
is
3
rotation,
players.
No,
Yeah, it was like what? Yeah, about 3
not in a
players.
negative way.
Damsgaard came
Right.
in and he was an absolute disgrace today. So
But look.
Yeah,
Regardless,
it's
we said in the preview, if we lost 2-0, that would be fine. We lost 2-0. It's fine.
And it should have been
Players
2-1,
arrested.
remember?
And it should have been
Damsgaard done his
2-1.
best Pablo
2-1
Fornals
loss.
impression today.
Count it as a 2-1 loss, really, because the goal
Yeah.
was allowed. 2-1 loss away at Brentford. And did you see?
Not
Right,
the
can
show.
I don't. I
quickly
count it as a
say-
5-1 loss because they could have scored 3 more.
Can I quickly
Yeah, I agree.
tell you something? Right, this is what West Ham United Game Day tweeted to describe the loss.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No, I just genuinely want to hear what you think. He said,
I don't want to hear it.
very
I'm turning off my volume.
he said
Go on.
sarcastically,
I'm not listening to it.
I'm very surprised, in brackets,
I can't
not
hear.
really, by the usual negative lot using a planned throwaway game to attack Moyes, to be honest.
Do you know what? My answer to that is go and tell every one of them fans that it was a planned throwaway game. He went there today. He went there to support the team and tell them that they just spent their money for a throwaway game. Fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing, mate. It's embarrassing. There's people like that and people like other people who just seem to fucking think it's acceptable just to turn up to a place and just roll over for a team. Don't get me wrong. I said it the other day. I said it on Twitter. And my words were, even money Brentford is the best bet of the season by a country mile. 100%. I never fancied us to do anything at Brentford. But the problem I have is when you have people turning around and saying about other men coming in to this side, who are second string and dropping man who are first choice. When I look at that team today, we need a massive rebuilding job in the summer. Big time. We've got a lot of men who are wasted at this club, a lot of men who should be sold. Not good enough at all. It really ain't. Right, let's have a quick talk about Thursday, because obviously it's going to be it's the biggest game of the season for West Ham. Mitch, if you can turn your mic back on, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think is going to happen on Thursday, mate.
I think we will just get a win. I reckon it's going to be a very good game. It's very scrappy. I reckon we're going to be sitting back more than what we've done in the home fixture. And we're going to be very careful. It's going to be a big game on Paqueta to pick up those passes where we go on the counter. And Antonio's going to have a really good game as well. I'm very nervous. I hope we can do the job.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with you, mate. I am nervous on this one. Clive, what are you saying for Thursday?
Yeah, obviously AZ will have the return of 3 of their suspended players. Their home form is better as per the Europa Conference League. So, yeah, I think obviously that is a concern. However, we do have a lead. Therefore, I think, it's the onus is on AZ to push us. I think we can get them on the counter. I really do. If we can actually take our chances. Because obviously in the first leg, I don't think we took our chances. I think we should have taken a lot more, done a lot more with what we had. But I think if we can actually utilise and take those final third chances, then perhaps we can scrape away with the draw, I think. If we draw, then obviously we're through. So I think that's all we need. But I hope the pressure don't get to the team. Yeah,
I'm with you, mate. I'll go next. I am nervous about Thursday. Well, I've just looked at what they've done today, AZ at home against the team. I know it's the Dutch league, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they've done a job on that team. Yeah. If we concede early, then our backs are firmly against the wall. one thing I will say, I want to see West Ham on the front foot against this team. So I know West Ham have got it in there. Yeah, they just, for some reason, they try and play possum against these teams and wait for these teams to attack us when we should be attacking the teams. Lucas summed it up brilliantly the other night. He said, I want to be the man who's doing the punching, not be punched. Do you know what I mean? I want to be sort of like fucking steaming in there rather than sitting there waiting for someone to attack me sort of
That's
thing.
why we should sack Moyes in the summer.
And I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree on that. So for me, I am nervous. But if we've got a fully fit side, they're all there, they're all up for it, and they all play to their potential, we win this game. West Ham Online.
Moyes to reach a European final the year after he reached a European semi-final. Pretty good for a dinosaur, that. I think he'll beat AZ, however you call them, with ease. I think it'll be another tactical masterclass.
Please say psych.
No, I think it'll be another tactical masterclass just like the other night and like the Man United game. And I think he'll get a new contract in the summer.
Oh, you better not. Lucas.
I think we're all nervous because, I mean, the magnitude of the match is pretty big for us. Yeah, I'll be honest. Seeing them win 5-1 today, even though it is against a really horrendous side, I wanted them to score 10, so they wouldn't score on Thursday. If they scored 10 today, they ain't scoring on Thursday. They used up all their goals. But
right.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I'm definitely. I wouldn't say I'm bricking it, but I am nervous. But I think with the rest that we had today, and Alkmaar, they actually played a full strength side today as well, and most of their key guys played 60 or more minutes. But yeah, I think we will. I think we'll get the job done. I have faith we will, because these players, if they have to look in the mirror again at themselves choking another semifinal, I think they'll overcome that. I think they will. I have faith.
I'm going to be honest, right? Because there's two things I want to just get quickly get your thoughts on before we wrap this up. Right? Is if they do that again, he has to be sacked. He has to be gone in the summer. If he fails it in this time around, it's just not good enough. Right?
I agree, but he won't.
Right. So first off, the first thing I want to discuss, obviously, is Gunnar Lee, Mitch. I see that the other day on there, right, about fucking Declan Rice and Casado, right? I was absolutely fuming. My missus was coming over. I was cooking her a dinner. I was watching something on there about Declan Rice. I was cooking up something, mate. Chicken, I think it was. Fucking, it was very, very nice. But I had to stop for a minute, and he smashed my phone on the floor because Geezer was chatting bare shit.
He had to throw his food against the wall.
Fucking nearly, mate. 100%. Mitch, what did you make of what that man had to come out with? Because I thought it was absolutely bollocks.
Fair comment.
I've never seen so much shit in my life. And at the time, I was taking a shit, and I saw more shit on my phone.
It was bad.
People like that, and you see them all over the Arsenal community, are why I'm so fucking happy Arsenal ain't getting anywhere near the title this season. They're not even sniffing it. They're all sad. They're all crying. They're all saying we're going to bounce back next season. No, they're not. They're going to finish fourth next season at best. I'm so happy, so fucking happy, and they deserve it because they've been deluded. They've been deluded all season. I think, and so the context is, people, is that Gunnar Lee said Caicedo is levels above Rice, but that ain't the bad thing. I disagree with that. But the bad thing is they even went out and said that Granit Xhaka is much better than Declan Rice. And Robbie, to be fair, isn't that deluded. Robbie went, really? And I was like, right, Robbie gets it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of the Arsenal fans agreed with him as well, because I was looking all in the comments, I was looking all over Twitter, and it is really sad because they're all fucking cunts.
Yeah.
And they deserve pain in their lives.
They deserve pain, and I'm so glad City won league.
I enjoyed seeing how they backed one of their own. I thought it was admirable.
Well, so you think that is right then?
So do you think it's admirable to say, I don't know, Rodri ain't better than Suchek.
You know how dumb you've got to look as a fan base after your ex-captain just gives the bird to the whole gaff, and then they're like, "Oh, we forgive you." Oh,
so Alf, so you're telling to me you thought that was right? Then you see the clips, you thought it was right.
I clapped while watching the clip. I thought it was admirable.
What? Declan Rice is not as good as Granit Xhaka.
No, I don't agree with it. I just love the way they back their players, and I even commented that is admirable thinking, but you might want to check yourself into a mental institution.
Fair enough. What about you, Clive? What do you make of that quickly?
I mean, look, I find it ironic that Arsenal they threw the Europa League to win the Premier League, and they're going to win fuck all. So,
and they said City wouldn't win 14 straight.
I'm content with that. To be honest, like, it's the Greenwich Xhaka part that really got me. To be honest,
I agree.
Look, regardless, at the end of the day, Rice will go for whatever he's going to go for. I think there's bigger fish to fry, and for me, the bigger fish to fry is whether we keep in Moyes for just one more season or not. Because if we're selling Rice this season, I want to see reinforcements in this summer, not next summer. But then you've got to do it to make it fit with your current situation of manager. Like, is Moyes going to spend all our money? Is another manager going to spend all our money? Like, what's the situation? Like, it could get messy, and then we're going to end up fucking it up, and that's my biggest fear.
We could get messy. That's right.
Right, and to sort of round it up, what Clive just sort of come across also is the David Moyes thing that came out last night. I'll start off with Mitch. They reckon Mitch next season he's here. What do you make of that? I think it's disgusting.
I understand why, but again, it's bollocks because, like, I've seen this season why he can't take us further because of his stubbornness. His style of play don't suit the squad, and the potential. It's just not right. I've explained it a million times. I really can't be fucked.
We'll do a show on it. WestHamOnline, you've backed him. He could be in next year.
If he wins the Conference League, I completely get why they're going to keep him. Do I think he can take us forward any further? No. But I won't have idiots slating him and calling him a dinosaur and saying he's a disgrace of a manager when no West Ham manager in the last at least 20 years would have overachieved more than him if he wins the Conference League. He would have got 6th, 7th and 2 European semi-finals and a trophy. If he does that, in my eyes, he's a legend. Sack him, whatever you want, but in my eyes, he's a legend.
But is it the right move to get rid of him? Not get rid of him next season. For me, I think it's the wrong move. For me, I think he should go. Like, he's done his time.
I think if he wins the Conference League, how I see it is he can't just stay on for another season. You've got to give him a new contract.
Yeah,
and the reason I say that is because
point.
if Rice is going, and now Moyes has admitted Rice is probably going, it's very clear that Rice is probably going. At the end of the day, either Moyes is going to spend the money, and that means we're rebuilding under Moyes. And to be honest, next season it would probably be more acceptable.
Clive might have just made. You might have just made the best point that no one has ever said or maybe thought of. I haven't even thought about that. I totally agree with Clive. That
I just realised something, boys. Clive's wearing his watch in his right hand.
Yeah.
But no.
Are you a female?
Whatever that's got to do with anything, I don't know. Carry on.
Mate, I totally agree with what you said. I agree with Alf that if he wins the Conference League, it's going to be incredibly hard to sack a manager that just won you a trophy and you're back in Europa League. But I don't want him coming back with 1 year left on his deal, because that just really, there's too many questions that will be asked and lots of things will loom negatively. So it's a tough situation. It's very tough.
Like,
you want West Ham to adapt to style of play and have patterns of play consistent in game by game, which work. Of course, we haven't had that for a full season now.
The problem is, right, if we win the Conference League, and let's say Moyes just stays on for another season and we sell Rice,
stay on for a decade.
Yeah, I don't think he will. But like, I think that the thing is, we sell Rice, we potentially don't rebuild, and we have an even worse squad than we've got at the moment in the Europa League next season. We go out of that early. Right. We finish in the league really badly because there's no Rice and no replacement. Then we get rid of Moyes because his contract's up. And then what then? Do we try and spend money, but then we've got players that want to leave because they're like, well, there's no growth in the team? Or do we spend a shit ton of money this summer?
Can I ask the question? Right.
And Moyes could be gone.
But can I ask this question, yeah? Right. What do you expect from West Ham next season? Because me and Luke had a debate earlier on. I think West Ham will be in the same boat as we are this season under Moyes next season.
But that's what I mean. I
Should we do this another show?
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
I think this could be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah. Well, Clive, carry on. Before you say what you got to say, and I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that question's all dependent on what we do with Rice money and what Moyes' contract situation will be, because depending on that depends on where we end up sitting. But obviously, our league position would be probably more acceptable, the one that we will be finishing this season, had we not had Rice. I think if we finish in a similar position next season, it will be more acceptable.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. Right, that's been player ratings for Brentford 2, West Ham United 0. It's all about Thursday now. I'm nervous. All these lads are nervous. You're nervous. Let's hope we get through on Thursday night. You know what I mean? West Ham Online's not nervous, but he sounds it. Please do smash a like on the video, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here.
Bit shaky,
James. Daily Dan coming in the summer. Lucas hatched the idea today after seeing a great tweet by Pussyman Dan. What we thinking? People let us know. We're thinking a 10-part series,
and we're gonna spark one of these bad boys.
Yeah,
Daily Dan.
I need one of them bad boys to listen to all you talk bollocks. That's what it is. Right, listen, smash a like on the video, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I'll be back next week to cover everything AZ. Wednesday night, there's a preview. Tom will be doing that. And, yeah, it's going to be a big week for West Ham. Can we get to the final of the conference? I fucking hope so. I really do. So, yeah, check it out here on E20 Zone TV. Anyway.
Good evening, everyone.
From me to you, Mick says good evening. I'm saying good night. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Moyes in.